and welcome to Friday's maths lesson. The first thing I would like you to do is think about what we have been learning about previously, what you might have learnt in year 2 and what we learnt yesterday. And I would like you to see if you can think of a sort of definition for each of these 4 words. Half, equal, split and fraction. Have a go and then pause the video here and I will show you the answers in a second. So we can see I've popped a definition in, and your definition might be a little bit different, but that's fine because as long as you have understood what they are as a concept. So half is a fraction of an amount. It is when something, a whole, is split into 2 equal groups. You know, when it's split in half, it's split into 2, isn't it? Equal means the same as or the same. I think you'll have all got that one. Split means we are divided into different groups. So if I say it's split into 4 groups, it means it's split down into 4, it's in 4 different groups. And a fraction is part of a whole thing. So if we had a whole cake and I ate half of it, I'll have eaten a fraction of the cake. Okay, there'll still be half left. There'll still be a fraction left. So today we're moving on to recognising a half. So step 1 is I know that halving is splitting something into 2 equal parts. Step 2, I know what the numerator and the denominator are in a fraction. And step 3, I can explore half in different contexts. So that will be more like a word problem. Let's move on to my turn. So let's have a look at this gummy bear. The whole gummy bear is split into how many equal parts? So imagine we've got a whole gummy bear and we've split it in half. It is split into 2 equal parts. So that means each part is worth a half. Now that's how we write half, H-A-L-F. It's a little bit strange. You think it would have an R in it, but it doesn't. And then this can be written as 1 over 2. Now that is a hard thing to get your head around. That is a fraction, okay? 1 over 2. So let's have a look at under here. So let's go 1 over 2. I can't do it as well as I'd like to on my screen because I'm typing. But we have our top number and we have our bottom number. And this is how we write a half. Now the top number is called the numerator, okay? And the bottom number is called the denominator. And these are just words that we use sometimes in fractions, and we'll be using them more probably later on in the year, okay? But this is the numerator and the denominator. And this is how we can write a half. You probably will have written it before at some point. Right, now it is your turn to have a go, and then we're going to go through the answers. Here are 4 different shapes. Which pictures show a half? You can just tick or write down or draw an example of the pictures and then pause the video and we'll go through the answers in a second. So I'm going to tick the ones that I think show a half. Now let's go through them in order. This one I think does show a half, and that is because it is split into 2 groups, but they're all split into 2 groups, aren't they? But it's not just that, it's that it's split into 2 equal groups. Let's look at the next one. This one is also split into 2 groups. Is it split into 2 equal groups? Yes, it is. So therefore, this one is a tick 2. This one is also split into 2 groups, but is it 2 equal groups? No, it isn't. So I'm not going to tick that one. Let's look at the next one. This one is split into 2 groups too, but again this bit is much bigger than this bit, so it's not 2 equal groups. So I'm not going to tick that one. Right, now it's a similar thing, but it's not just showing shapes this time, it's showing amounts. Which pictures show a half? You can write down on your piece of paper, you can write down like, say, Gummy Bears does, or the circles does if you don't want to draw it. Pause the video here, have a go, and then we're going to go through the answers. So you should have paused the video. I'm going to talk you through the answers one by one. Let's look at this one first. I think this is biscuits, isn't it? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 biscuits are circled, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 biscuits are not. So therefore 6 biscuits are circled, a half of the biscuits are circled. That one is a tick. Let's look at the gummy bears. We have 3 gummy bears here, and one of them is circled. So does that show a half? It doesn't, does it? Because we've got 3. There's one group here, which is 1, and there's another group here, which is 2. That is unequal, so therefore I'm not going to tick that one. Let's look at the circles now. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red circles and 5 yellow circles. So therefore, half of the circles are red and half of the circles are yellow. I'm ticking that one because I know that they are in 2 equal groups, the red group and the yellow group. Let's look at the cupcakes next. I'm going to count how many cupcakes are in the circle, circled, and going to count how many cupcakes are not. Hopefully they will be equal. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so they're both equal. There's one group of 4 and then another group of 4. They're in 2 equal groups. Therefore, they are showing a half. Well done if you got them right. Our last thing to do today is your worksheet, okay? So it's your turn. You can do this whenever you like, and I'd like you to take a picture of it and put it on Dojo for me or Mr. Sherman to mark. So, mild challenge is complete questions 1 to 4 of your worksheet. Medium challenge is to complete the whole worksheet, and hot challenge is to complete your problem-solving worksheet. I have a feeling a lot of you are going to be very good at this today. If you're finding it easy, please make sure you do the chili challenge. Good luck!